China, on the other hand, now makes more commercial ships than the rest of the world combined. In fact, one of Beijing's state-owned firms built more commercial ships just last year than all of America has produced since the end of World War II.
Now, what J.D. Vance is talking about is absolutely real. The U.S. shipbuilding industry has been devastated through decades of neoliberal free market policies. And you know who dominates shipbuilding in the world is, as he pointed out, China, but not just China, East Asia. China, South Korea, and Japan, economies that historically had very strong industrial policy with very strong government intervention, not simply relying on the free market, but the government used state-led policies to plan, to target specific industries and saying, we're going to develop these industries. It is not a Chinese private for-profit company that is building these ships. It is a Chinese state-owned enterprise that can operate because it's government-owned. It doesn't have to rely on the market, on the profit motive. And that's why it's not a surprise that, as the Financial Times reported, the decline of U.S. shipbuilding accelerated under the Reagan administration with the rise of free market fundamentalism and neoliberalism, and the idea that the government doesn't need to get involved in encouraging production. Instead, everything should be done by a private for-profit corporation. Manufacturing is not the most profitable form of production, and if you only rely on private capitalists, they're simply going to invest in the most speculative areas of the economy that have the highest return on investment, which is not manufacturing. It's high tech and it's finance, the exact sectors that have dominated the US economy in the neoliberal era as the economy has been deindustrialized. If the Trump administration truly wants to reindustrialize, it would have to be through state-led policies that would be demonized as socialism. In his speech, U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance did not announce any of this actual industrial policy. He did not say that the Trump administration is going to invest billions or trillions in creating new infrastructure, in training workers, in education for scientists and engineers, none of that. Instead, he said, we're going to put tariffs and we're going to cut taxes on the rich, extend the tax cuts on the rich, and cut taxes on the corporations and provide tax incentives to corporations.